Receptions, the same thing. Both those two have same practice habits, so that's tremendous that you have that. And he raises level. He's a special teams guy. You know, we've taken some pride in that at receiver position in the past. You know, Mac Hollins was tremendous there, so he's taken that role on and been doing good with it.
Do you see anybody younger that could kind of fill in that role after him? So it's got like Mac Hollins, Thomas Jackson. Is he taking anybody under his wing, kind of the next step?
Well, you know, we got a couple young guys. Bo Corrales, JT, and Daz Newsom's been moved over earlier during the year. So Daz is on some special teams, and I can see him kind of taking on that role a little bit as they grow up and understand that the time is now. Don't wait.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Coach Fedora yesterday made an interesting comparison about Anthony Ratliff-Williams. Said that he was a little bit like Ryan Switzer because he had to come here and learn how to play receiver when he got here, and said that the process has been very similar, learning just how to run simple routes, how to use his hands, how to even use the physical aspect when going up against a defender. I just asked him about that. So he said he hadn't actually heard that comparison, but he liked it. Do you see that? Is that similar to what you see, how his process?
You know, his predominant role in high school was, you know, was a quarterback and a really good quarterback. So he played receiver early in his career, but he just did it out of athleticism. So I think to fine-tune things, in comparison to Ryan's the same way. Ryan was a running back, so he had the nuances of the game far as from that position. They're both similar. They got extreme quickness, they got great speed, you know, your love of the game, you know, those sort of things. But learning the position from that standpoint is looking at it from the other side. So it's a little bit different when you're open and the quarterback thinks you're open, or a certain route you want to run, or steps, or releases, or how to get off press, stuff like that is new.
He said last year there was a point where this was frustrating for him, that he didn't really see it clicking until he was able to see certain things on film. Do you remember at that point maybe where it was frustrating for him and then suddenly it did click and he started to take off?
Well, I think the guys that we had playing, you know, didn't get as much playing time as we'd have liked last year. And the way you really do is get out in the game and make mistakes and correct them and see yourself on tape. And that's probably what he was speaking to. He saw himself in practice, but in the game speed's a lot different. So we're going to make some mistakes, but I tell him as long as we make it full speed and with great effort, you know, usually it comes out in your favor. It's when you shut down and make a mistake, you know, that's when it catches up to you.
Where is he right now as far as
his progress has been tremendous. You know, we've got, obviously he's a deep ball threat guy. You know, Mac came in that role early until he learned the nuances of the middle routes and the shorter routes. Those things take a little bit more time, but we see him as a guy that can take the top off and can be a threat to break any ball that he catches.
Appreciate it.